Next up, we have beacons. Okay, beacons are a little complicated, but we're gonna go ahead and learn more about it right now. Okay, let's go and get started. So beacons. So the way it works is you need to actually buy beacons. You can't just test it out just because you want to. Okay, it's not gonna work. There's no other way. So you need to buy beacons. Now beacons, you can buy them. It's Google Buy Beacons, and you can buy them from a lot of places. Okay, like this. If you go to Amazon, you will be able to get them as well. Just go to Amazon and beacons. Okay, you can buy them up here. Now keep in mind that the radius that your beacon works at, it depends on the device you invest in. If you buy a $5 beacon, chances are it's going to be like 10 feet. If you buy like a $1,000 beacon, yeah, a couple miles for sure. Okay, so let's move on. So first thing you'll do is come up here, beacons. Okay, beacon number 1. Okay, active. Now what is a UID? It's a ID based on your vendor of the beacon. Now we have added a lot of the popular beacons, right? All of these, right? Now if you don't have this, you can actually add your own beacon ID, UUID. This is an ID that your vendor, your beacon company will provide. Okay, if you cannot find your beacon company right here, okay, these are a lot of nice companies that you can go and buy beacons from. If you can't find it, your beacon company should give it to you. Okay, you'll add it here just like this. Okay, since I have a beacon that is right here, easy beacon. Okay, now these codes, now this depends on your beacon settings, so it should tell you on the system what is your major and your minor. Okay, once you get that up, okay, I'm gonna put that up here. I'm gonna go and create the beacon. Okay, I guess I need to upgrade myself. Done. Let's go ahead and call it beacon number 1 and UID easy beacon. I'm gonna set it 1.5. This is on your system. Create a beacon. Okay, add it. Now the way it works is a little different. So you come up here. Now you create a scenario. Scenario is add a scenario. Okay, if someone enters the reason of send a notification. Welcome to our store. Okay, you can add an image as well where beacon number 1 is. Remember, we created this beacon, okay, from here. Okay, then should open a URL. So pretty much that's what beacon is. Now here is the timing. When do you want this happening? Okay, and if you want to add more, so enter the reason or at least the reason of that, then you can beacon 1. Thank you, please come again. Okay, when do you want it to happen? Every day, things like that. You can do it right here. Okay, once you're done, you are done. Okay, these are called the APIs. Okay, these are called the APIs. Now this will integrate it with third-party systems. So if you know what you're doing, so if you Google beacon with Zapier, there's a lot of things that you can do. Okay, my tutorial is not a part of how to integrate it with different systems, so that will be up to you, but we do provide an API. So that's the beacon. Okay, now let's move on. So you added a beacon here, the device, scenario. Okay, so that's what how the beacon works. So let's say you buy this beacon up and put it in front of your door, and when somebody comes in, it's gonna say, what is it gonna say? It's gonna say, welcome to our store. It's gonna open google.com. When somebody leaves, it's gonna do what? Notification saying thank you, please come again. Make sense? So that's how it works. Now lastly, we have GeoFences. Now what is a GeoFence? Now GeoFence means that this is a very, very complex thing. So pretty much the way it works is you need to go ahead and be able to, you're going to find your place, your address, wherever it is. Make sure to allow your browser to locate it. If you don't, it's not going to work. So find the location, right? Radius. Find it. Now the way it works, guys, is you need to have beacons at all these areas. Okay, if you have a beacon at all these areas, then you can go ahead and create a GeoFence. Now once you added a geofence, what does that mean? That means pretty much means that, let's go back here. That pretty much means that you can connect it with one of the beacons or scenarios right here. Okay, GeoFence. Does that make sense? So you need to have, so if you want to use one beacon, you can do one thing, scenarios, right? Now, if you create a geofence means that if somebody enters or leaves this region of the circle, something will happen. What will happen? You go to scenarios. You click on where? Geo. So if somebody enters that circle I showed you earlier, so let's see if I can open it on a new window here. See, I'm gonna go here, geofence, edit, okay? So if somebody enters this area, I want it to say, welcome to our store, entire geofence. But that means you need to have a beacon with that same UI, this UID on all of this area. Not possible for an average Joe to do, but it is here for you. This is used by big companies. This is not used by average Joes at all. So what you might be using it for is just a single beacon, adding a beacon somewhere else and creating scenarios, okay? So like, welcome to the store. Here's the, go ahead and pop up, what we can do is like, like this, open a URL, show a template, things like that. Hey, how are you doing? Things like that. So you can do all those things from here. But, GeoFence is a very large project, and you might not be, you'll need a lot of funding because you need to have GeoFence, the beacons in all those places with the same UID. What I recommend you guys do is get a beacon, play with it in your house, try it out. Then you can show how it works to a local store. Got it? So that's what a geofence is. So now you learned how to use that as well.